Hello. Hey CK.
बस क्या?
I know you've been waiting for this video opportunity
Yes.
to mess with me a bit.
Changthang.
Changhthang.
So why don't you share your details
Happy to do that. What do you want to know?
right from the beginning? What's this Changthang all about? Yeah. How did you manage to sign up yourself for the ride?
Changhthang is a name for one of the rides organized by Royal Enfield. They have a ride called Adventure Himalayan or Himalayan Adventure Changthang, Himalayan Adventure something. They have 3 or 4 rides that they organize in the mountains, referred to as Adventure Himalayan or Himalayan Adventure or whatever it is. Changthang is that one region. It's a valley, I think, or a plateau, wherever it's somewhat flat. Between Leh and Hanle. That is the region which we toured. It's an open event. Anybody can register, make the payment to Royal Enfield. It's an official ride. The interesting thing about this Himalayan Adventure yada 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 series is it includes the motorcycle. And they're all Himalayans. I think they have 3 or 4 of these rides. They are between 8 and 10 days maximum. And they are all on Himalayan 450s. And I have been only on one, this one, the adventure series of rides. They were all rental motorcycles from Ladakh motorcycle rental agencies. All in pretty good condition. So this is what Changthang is about. Service, support, backup, route organization, accommodation, all taken care of in that package. Fuel, lunch on most days, and some dinner. A few days was to our account, and of course any additional beverages we wish to consume from the army canteen like tea, coffee.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so it's, most of it is taken care of. We flew down to Leh and everything was arranged. We checked into the hotel that was arranged. Well organized. Being a Himalayan adventure yada 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 series, the terrain is a level or 2 above what we normally can find in the region of Ladakh, because today everything is tarmac. It's not so tough, bar some places where the tarmac is washed away, broken, we have a crossing and things like that. So this requires a little bit of more skill, experience. This is not to deter anybody from joining. We had some fresh riders, we had a couple of ladies riding. Yes, some of them did struggle, but all of them made it through. So it's not something that is not possible for beginners. Be prepared to extend and stretch and test your abilities. That is why it's called the Himalayan Adventure Changthang. This happens to be Changthang.
So you need not necessarily own a Royal Enfield to sign up for this ride.
Unlike the Himalayan Odyssey, which requires one to own the motorcycle, this is a open ride. Anybody can sign up. Doesn't matter.
As long as they know to plonk the gears and ride.
Yeah, gears are mandatory. Obviously, there are some good norms and terms, conditions set in place. Well organized, good ride, worth it. Fly down, enjoy, fly back.
Motorcycle. The Himalayan 450.
Yes.
Right? How did the vehicle behave in its terrain?
I have been a few times to the mountains. I have been on my Himalayan 411. 4 times on the 411. End of last year for the Himalayan 450 launch, I was there. So that was the first time, obviously, I rode the Himalayan 450. And this is the first time I'm actually riding a 450 extensively over days together on all kinds of terrain. Given a choice today to choose between the 411, which is a proven machine in that kind of terrain, because that's what has been around since 2016,
Yeah.
and the Himalayan 450, how can I say it?
I was to actually ask you.
It is. It's so easy that I'm struggling to answer the question. It is not a tough choice. The reason I'm delaying and taking it is just to exaggerate. Himalayan 450. Any day, any time, any terrain. It's not even a question that needs to be posed to me, do I want to take the 411 or the 450? Do not even pose that question to me. These motorcycles were from the rental agencies because they have a strict law. Most of them had done well in excess of 6,000 kilometers. There were a few in 5,000, but generally 33 motorcycles. There were 33 motorcycles, and I checked the dash of several of them, 5,000, 6,000 plus. And they were all in good condition. They were all in good condition, and those 5,000-6,000 kilometers was used by people who rent that motorcycle out throughout this season. This year, those motorcycles obviously reached Ladakh this summer. In April and May is when they started to, the 450s were made available to the Ladakh bike rental companies. And 33 motorcycles, Himalayan 450. So it's not even a discussion. No knock on the 411. It has done its duty. Time to send it off into the sunset.
Low end torque, Busky.
Oh God.
You don't answer the question?
No, it is not. Too much is being made of that low end torque. It is that 500 to 700 RPM band between 2000 and 2700 or 2800, and that 5 degrees of throttle opening, where there is a difference in the way the engine responds to this input. Yes, there is a difference. For that 5%, I'm not to let go of the 95% where the 450 completely outperforms and excels. I think we should end that. I would end the discussion. I cannot engage more about that low end torque. I never missed that low end torque. In fact, the kind of performance and that response to throttle that the 450 had is what helped me get out of so many situations, like in sand where I was about to get stuck or bogged down. 411 just doesn't have the grunt to punch out of a sticky situation. This is got. Again, I am not knocking on the 411. What gets me a bit
Worked up
is it's very different. It's time that we accept the 95 areas where the 450 is superior to the 411. Let go of that 5 areas.
Clear. Moving on. Any breakdowns?
Thank you for moving on.
Any breakdowns, Busky?
No breakdowns. There was one motorcycle which probably had an issue prior to the ride itself. Strange issue. The cooling fan had no fans on it. I mean, it's no longer a fan when it doesn't have the blades on it.
Somebody inserted something and broke the fan?
Something has happened. Probably that motorcycle has gone through very deep water up to the radiator where the fan was running. That fan is not designed to run. It's not a propeller. Yeah. It's a fan that pushes air, cannot push water. Because it was neatly gone. There was not even a single, it is not like it was broken. It's like somebody went and said, neatly cut each blade and took very unusual circumstance, and that was not noticed because the temperatures, the weather is nice and cool and calm.
No heat, you mean to say?
One more. One more frequently heard thing about heat. I'll come to that. Since the weather was calm and direct sunlight, yes, we can feel the heat and get sunburnt. Once you start to move, the breeze is cool. It's just the direct sunlight. So that motorcycle didn't show any kind of temperature or malfunction until the next day. And that first day we didn't go, it was all tarmac. It's not that something would have happened. I mean, the rider is a young man from Bangalore. So he was saying, sir, ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು first day. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು. The second day we started to do some low gear stuff.
Okay.
Then the temperature warning. So all coolant, everything is okay. You say, is that a fan or is it running or is it switched off? Because you can't see anything. They realize there's no blades on it. So they got a motorcycle to come in, a spare. The agency was informed. The next day there was a motorcycle that came in. They took this motorcycle back and they rode it back. So, like I said, as long as it is on regular roads, it was running within the temperature. It's when we started to go into some off-road, low first gear, second gear stuff that they noticed the temperature. So that was the only thing. So other than that, there were no breakdowns. I won't call this a breakdown. This is an issue which was not noticed prior to the ride start, because I don't know for whatever reason, but that was the only thing. Nothing else. No breakdowns. No puncture either. Yeah, 33 motorcycles, no flat tire.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, no flat tire. Probably because there are no nails in the Himalayas like we find in our Bangalore and our Hassan, Mysore roads, where I find all kinds of metal objects. There was nothing there. Yeah.
Okay. The terrain bus, yeah?
Oh.
Enough of Himalayan, 450. Let's speak of the actual Himalayas.
Fantastic terrain. We rode in all kinds of terrain. Deep sand, to packed sand, to gravel, jelly, rocks, stones, water, crossings, clay. We didn't come across much slush because there wasn't any rain, but we had that clayey soil. So we were all doing a drift dance there all over the place. This is the most wide range of terrain I have ridden in one ride. From lovely tarmac to fine talcum powder, you call it?
Yes.
Yeah?
That's my term, talcum powder.
Talcum powder. It's so fine, just looking at it can unsettle it. You just go near it and you breathe, you've been a cloud of dust. So, excellent terrain, excellent terrain. It plays on the mind. Once you get going, it's far easier than what we imagine it to be.
Yeah, so talking of your mind, how was your acclimatization?
We had a day to acclimatize, 2 nights to acclimatize as part of the deal of the ride. So arrive one day, check in, acclimatize that night, next full day there, no motorcycles were given. Next night, following day we got the motorcycles. So we had the 2 nights to acclimatize.
Any specific diet you had?
My normal diet, I don't consume alcohol, so that was not an issue. I don't smoke, so not an issue. Regular diet and did not do anything unusual. Just stuck to my routine. Obviously, drink enough water. I didn't overhydrate. It is recommended, please drink, keep drinking, keep drinking. That is probably to ensure drink. It's okay, as long as we have a...
No Dimox pop then?
No. I did not have any acclimatization symptoms or headaches, or I didn't. Even at the Pangong, where we went that night, yes, some suffered. See, there is no formula for this, right? It can affect some. It can affect a bodybuilder. It may not affect a smoker. There is no rhyme. It's how each one's body reacts. All we can do is be a little disciplined, not to overexert. But yeah, I was okay. But one thing, irrespective of anything, that acclimatization is necessary. Because though I did not have any kind of symptoms, I didn't have the stamina on the first day. I could feel that I was running out of breath quickly. If I was sitting, resting, doing my normal things, no issue. When I started to went to the market and came back, there was a certain level of breathing, heavy breathing going on. After the 2 nights, the 3rd day, much better. So acclimatization did happen, but did not cause any discomfort to me. But necessary to acclimatize 2 nights before starting off, especially on a motorcycle.
Talking of Pangong,
Yeah.
Baski, what was your route? What all you guys covered?
I don't remember much because I don't I'm not one to keep the route in mind, but from Leh we went to Pangong. Mostly it was tarmac.
Yeah.
The route we took is tarmac. The day one was designed to be a simple tarmac day. Nobody wanted to be put under strain on day one because it gradually built up the momentum, the level of degree of difficulty has to scale up gently. The straightforward road, it's a beautiful tarmac road. One of the most beautiful black ribbons across the cold desert. It was a straightforward. At Pangong, yes, it's at 15,000 feet. Yes, that is where the acclimatization efforts pay dividend there. In Leh, doesn't pay much dividend. We don't realize, say, I am king of the world. All the kings became paupers in Pangong.
Pangong.
Everybody was like, everybody made it through. There was a doctor on duty with us. We had oxygen. There were a couple of riders who required some oxygen, not as an emergency, just to ease their level of discomfort. Yeah, Pangong road was one of the most beautiful entries to Pangong. The hill by the side of the lake, beautiful.
So from Pangong, you guys traced your way across to...
Yeah, we went to Hanle.
Ah, okay. And from Hanle?
That stretch is the one of the most beautiful stretches of road.
Even the sceneries.
I shouldn't say road because there is no road. There is no road. They are building a road. There will be a road very soon. It's just follow a path and go. I can't get lost. There are hills on both sides. If someone gets lost there, it's pretty difficult to do because you'll have to literally climb a mountain to get lost. So this is right down the middle. Sand, sand and more sand.
Clear.
It kept my heart rate high, you know.
Why were you scared or?
The excitement.
Ah, okay.
Of course, excitement to keep the motorcycle upright. And there were some crossings. Exact same route I was on last time on the Himalayan Odyssey last year.
Yeah.
That stretch we did the other way around from Pangong. We came this way, Hanle to Pangong. This time I went this way. And already I could see the development, the change. Some roads have already done, like 1 year. Some roads have already, they're not complete. You can see they have built that, you know, they put up a height, put the jelly stones, rocks and start to level it. Amazing scenery. The thing is, there's no time to look anywhere. You need to keep looking ahead. Beautiful. It's an experience worth every minute and every rupee invested.
And from Hanle, obviously you went to Demchok, from what I can get from
Hanle,
the
we were there
photos.
for 3 nights. It was a hub, so we didn't have to carry any luggage, dump everything. We made loops,
Lovely.
beautiful loops. One loop was to Umlingla. The other loop was to, I don't know the names, but we did. Other loop was just a loop. It was just a loop. No roads. No roads. The second loop was no roads. Purposely designed loop. Just complete off-road, hills, up, down. We had some excellent guides with us who just say, yeah, you head that way. You know, I was like looking, what do you mean head that way? I don't see a road. No, you don't. You just go. And once you get down there, you'll see 2 peaks. Just go around the left one. And then you'll see a lake. Then you turn around right. I said, dude, am I going to get lost? I said, no, you won't get very far. I'll catch up with you. A lot of fun and banter was going on. Yeah, one day was Umlingla and then Demchok, close to the Chinese border. The Indus River bed, dry, with a very small river on one side. I mean, small for those standards, but that's much bigger than the rivers we see here. And the China on the other side, we could see the CCTV cameras. Chinese army had put up on the other side. So there are a lot of cameras along the way. So the joke was, if you fall in the river, it's no man's territory. We are not going to save you. You may be pulled out by a Chinese soldier. So don't go near the river and don't fall into it. That was treacherous sand. Treacherous sand. Sand was something I used to be terrorized about. Invariably, I'll go get stuck in sand somewhere. The technique is to go fast. It's counterintuitive. Once I got up to around 40-50 kilometers per hour, the bike doesn't dig in. It just keeps bouncing over all the sands and ripples, and of course it shakes and tails and fishes, and it keeps going. Slow down, not bog down. Boop. Next thing, people are falling off like. Hold steady speed, just keep balancing. And towards the end, I wanted more sand, because I get like
You're
anything,
getting used to it, yeah.
Getting better at it, learning more about it, and I can feel the improvement in just 3 days. I wanted to do more. The sand, because I wanted to learn how to ride on sand. I'm happy that this is the time, after all these years riding, visiting 8-10 times the mountains. It took me so many trips to learn how to ride on sand. See, it's also the motorcycle. It has so much suspension travel. It's very well balanced and effortless. Again, I will risk making that comparison with the 411. This has got so much more grunt. A small twist, the bike straightens up and it catches. So it's much more useful to have that kind of thing than have that tractor-like ability at that 2000 to 2700 RPM. No, doesn't matter. This is all these times I have gone on the Thunderbird, the old Thunderbird, on the 411 several times on sand. This time was the first time on a 450 on sand. It's a combination. The motorcycle made a difference, and my my determination. I said, this time I'm going to make it work. Definitely the 411 also can go. It is not a doubt about it. But I think this makes it a little bit easier. So the terrain, the route out of Hanle, phenomenal. That was like a hub, where when I say a hub, we don't have to pack luggage in the morning. Gear up, a tank bag with a few essentials. Off we go, and Umlingla and back, of course.
Mention of gears.
Yeah, gears.
What sort of gears were you riding on?
I was with my Speedy.
Your all-time favorite?
Yeah, with my favorite brand Speedy, and I took it knowing fully well what it can do, and it delivered on all fronts. There was some ice or hail when we were going up Umlingla. I felt some knocking on my helmet, something like somebody dropping something
Sprinklers.
on my helmet. Yeah, I couldn't see anything. Then I saw the white small pieces of ice, small hail, nothing big, landing heavily, and that's when the temperature really plummets. Especially the wind chill. I could start to get a chill. I was wearing the thermals, which comes with the jacket and the wind liner, and then my jacket over it. So body, head to toe, nothing. I had a good helmet, fully covered. It didn't sneak in any cold air from anywhere. I had heated gloves.
Okay.
Yeah, battery powered heated gloves from Royal Enfield. 3 settings. So I just put it on setting 2. All the way up. I had a great time at the Umlingla top. Rode back down. Yeah, the gear did well.
Yeah.
It's a green gear. I put out a few reels and few posts on Instagram. I'm glad I have that gear.
And the boots?
Boots I had were Garne, waterproof boots.
I think it makes sense to have waterproof, right?
Yeah, why not? Have waterproof. There were a few places, water crossings, where a lot of water splashed on. I had to dab several times to keep the motorcycle straight. If it wasn't for waterproof boots, yeah, some water would have gone in and made the ride miserable. I was nice, warm and comfortable. So everything around was also more welcoming and inviting, I enjoy the ride more. Gear is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable.
So looking from what you say, Baski, how was the weather? It looked like pretty mixed.
Very mixed conditions. From hail, we had some rain, not heavy. Yes, there was some drizzle. Kept riding through it because in the mountains, stopping, putting on rain gear and starting again, it's going to waste a lot of time. And mountain weather is you keep riding within 3, 4, 5 kilometers or 15 minutes, you're past the rain and sunshine again. So it's very fast changing weather, and within few minutes it's all dry. I think we don't need to really sweat it unless it's rain season. I understand, then keep the jacket on. But many of us didn't stop. We rode through. Within 4, 5 kilometers, we passed that cloud, bright searing sun. All I had to do was just open the vents again and let some air in. So, didn't matter. Even though whatever little wet I got, it was I had that inner waterproof and windproof lineup. So
That's the thing.
Yeah, gear is important. Please don't invest in good gear. If you are uncomfortable on the motorcycle, you won't enjoy the ride.
True.
Yes, some don't mind getting wet and riding, like CK. That's okay. That's up to him. I don't like having wet hands and wet feet or wet bottom or whatever. I rather like to stay dry. Get the gear that you're comfortable in. He's a nature boy. Most of us are city folk like me. So don't listen to him. Listen to me when it comes to gear.
So you spoke about the acclimatization, you spoke of the weather and all that stuff. I know you're non-alcoholic. So what kind of food? I know you're a pure vegetarian.
I am a vegetarian, so I eat eggs, so I was okay. And of course, my favorite was always Maggie. So wherever we used to stop for lunch, I just have a Maggie. That's it. Happy with a Maggie and some water. Tea is quite popular there. So in some places we get some very nice hot tea. So 2 cups or sometimes even 3 cups of tea and 1 Maggie. If I'm hungry, maybe a double Maggie with egg. Kept it simple. Yeah, I don't want to be squatting somewhere with my pants down on the way. Dig a hole in the sand and squat.
Oh, you're used to that?
No, you told me the stories. I don't want such. I don't want. And one interesting terrain, we went to one lake bed, a dried lake bed.
Mm-hmm.
We had so much fun there. And it's flat, absolutely flat. White, it's probably salt, because the salt lake is a dried. It's about maybe a kilometer this way and 2 kilometers this way width. Huge things. So people are running and doing all kinds of goofy things there. So that is one of the greatest. That is that loop which we did on day 2 from Hanle.
Okay.
Had a good time there.
Nice. Anything that you would want to call out for budding riders who aspire to go there?
Go there.
As simple as that?
As simple as that. Go there. Taking your own motorcycle and going is a trip. That is something which is very nice. I would like to take my motorcycle and go. I have done that several times. This is the first time I have gone on a tour which includes the motorcycle. Things were so easy in one way, you know. I'm actually considering maybe I will do this from next time. I don't have to really take my motorcycle and go every time. If the time of transit, shipping the bike, worrying about whether something will get damaged, and then I have to fix it one day extra, then ride it, all that is taken out. Like gear bag, luggage bag, of course you need to carry saddlebags that can fit on the motorcycle. We had a luggage van where we could put in the luggage, but if we don't have that kind of a package tour, carry some saddlebags. You could leave your regular luggage in that hotel where you are staying. You have to find a way to do that. So when you come back, you can shift. That's what we did. We stayed at the same place before making that 8-day loop. We came back to the same hotel. So my gear bag and my handbag was there. And when I came back, I moved. I had some saddlebags with me. Only the few emergency things, but the handbag was thrown in the truck. There was a truck which is bringing our. Sometimes the truck is late. So we reach there. So I carry a satellite luggage with me, so I can change to a t-shirt, jeans, and a regular jacket. Just go, just go. If you do not have, for whatever reason, a motorcycle that you think can handle the terrain, which for whatever it can be an old motorcycle or something you don't want to take it, you don't want to ship, you don't want to ride, just go rent yourself a Himalayan 450, because there is nothing else you can rent there. It's either a 411 or a 450. Take the 450, even though your initial instinct may say it is too big for me, it is too top heavy, I am intimidated, my feet can't reach. The advantages far outweigh the disadvantages of the 450, which are very few.
Any closing lines, Muskie?
Like Nike says it,
Yeah,
just do it.
agree.
Enjoy your rides, don't make things too complicated. The motorcycle is just a tool, and of course the right tool for the right job is necessary. Can you do it on a TVS scooty? Yes, you can. Why not? You can lift it most of the way, ride it some of the way if you wish to. Don't worry about the motorcycle. Next season you're heading out to the mountains, rent a 450. You will be glad you picked. CK,
Muskie,
when are you heading that way and renting a motorcycle?
I will think over it.
Changthang 2025
Yeah, we'll plan it.
or Mustang.
That sounds more
Yeah,
interesting.
I believe that was even tougher.
Yeah.
That was significantly tougher than this. Possible, exciting.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. Any questions, please post in the comments. I'll be happy and do my best to respond to them in a timely manner.
Sumastang.